obscure movies that traumatized me as a Gen X kid. Did I put on Return to Oz every sleepover I had? Yes. Did the Wheelers give me nightmares? Also yes. Just something about the way they were like hunched over and everything is elongated and they were cackling. I had nightmares, but I kept watching it because it was one of my favorite films. Number 2, The Wrath of Khan. I think it was this one. It was on in our house often, and all I remember is that these things would like crawl into a person's ear, and I just seemed to always be in the living room when that scene was on, and it traumatized me to the point where I had to sleep with like a pillow over my head for a lot of years. Like we're talking into the double digits because I was so afraid something was gonna crawl into my ear. Number 3, Stephen King's Cat's Eye. I think this was shown on TV a couple of times. That's why I kept catching it. But not only that little troll thing, I think it came out of a mouse hole in the floorboards or something. That was scary. But what really terrified me was the woman in that room where her feet were getting electrocuted. I want to say it was like, she was in there for a reason, it was like anti-smoking therapy or something. I don't know, but it was very traumatizing to me. Okay, Nightfall. This one is really obscure. It's Isaac Asimov's adaptation, and I can't remember a thing about this movie except there was a guy and he, like a prince or a sorcerer or something, and he chose a bride. Not fun to be the chosen bride because he was blind, so they put her in this contraption where she couldn't move, and then birds came and pecked out her eyes so that she would be blind as well. I can still hear the sounds she was making. This was absolutely traumatizing. All right, I don't remember what number we're on, but Fortress. I've talked about this movie before. It used to be on a lot when I came home from school, so somehow I got it in my head that this was an American after-school special. I don't know why. I didn't pick up on the fact that we were in the bush or that everyone had Australian accents. But the premise is these men come to this school with weapons and they chase the students, and the one teacher have to run away into like the wildlands. But what specifically traumatized me was the one girl who got her period while she was out here. This was a long time ago. I want to say they called it the curse back then, that the line was she went up to her teacher and said, "It's the curse, miss." Somehow this stuck in my brain that this could happen to me, that I could be on the run in the wilderness and get my period in this like traumatic scenario. And this also probably affects why I write these sorts of things. Okay, last but not least, Quicksand. And when I say that, you're probably thinking of one of 2 80s movies, either The Princess Bride, in which they go into it and they come out, or The Neverending Story, which was completely traumatic because of the horse. I think a whole generation was traumatized from that. But for me, there was a third, and that was Krull, because there was a quicksand scene and their party was like crossing, and some people went into it and they didn't come out. Like the humans, I watched them go in. So I definitely thought that quicksand was going to be a problem I was going to have to deal with when I grew up. Still one of my favorite movies though. Let me know yours, or let me know if I forgot any.